Thank you for joining us for Ocean County Library's Adulting series, because life doesn't come with instructions. Today we are going to be talking about an inevitable part of adulthood, taxes. If it's your first time filing taxes, a question that you might need to ask is, are you a dependent or are you single? Before you file, see if you are claimed as a dependent. Speak with your guardian or guardians and see if they are claiming you on their taxes. They may claim you if you are under the age of 19 or under the age of 24 and a full-time student. Even as a dependent, you should still file if your unearned income was over $1,100, your earned income was over $12,400, your gross income was more than $1,100, or your earned income plus $350, or if you would be entitled to a refund, or if you get your health insurance from the health insurance marketplace. The next thing that you'll need to do is gather all the paperwork that you will need. Some of the most common forms to show income are W-2s, which are wages and tax statements. This is what you would generally receive from an employer. You could also have a 1099. -MISC would be for self-employment, or -INT for interest income on bonds. Paperwork that you will need to show deductions could be 1098 for mortgages, 1098-T for a tuition statement, and a 1095-A if you have health insurance through the health insurance marketplace. You will also need to know your Social Security number. So how does this thing called taxes work anyway? We know it involves math, right? So let's start by grabbing the calculator. The first thing that you need to do is calculate your gross income. This means the total amount of money that you have collected over the year. Then subtract your deductions, which often come from various expenses that you may have had. This will give you your AGI, adjusted gross income. Once your taxable income is calculated, it is taxed according to the appropriate income bracket. You can see here the current tax brackets for the United States. If you make $9,950 or less, you are taxed at 10%. If you make more, every dollar you make over that is taxed at 12% until you reach $40,525. But all money below $9,950 is still taxed at 10%. This continues all the way up to a cap of a 37% tax rate. Okay, so if you want to scream at this point, I do not blame you. But don't worry, there are lots of easy ways to file your taxes. Let's talk about how to actually get this filing done. Here are some of the options. If your income is below a certain threshold, you can use IRS Free File online. You can also fill out the forms yourself, online or on paper. You can also hire a CPA or use a service like H&R Block or Jackson Hewitt. IRS Free File is a service where you will be redirected to a partner site that will let you use online software to give you a guided preparation. There are offers for Free File based on your state of residence, your age, and your income threshold, so make sure you pick the one that is best for you. If you want to fill out the forms on paper, Ocean County Library locations have tax filing forms and instructions available for you to pick up during tax season. When you finish filling out these forms, here is where to mail them. Note that there are different addresses of where to send them, depending on whether you are sending them with a check or money order or not. No matter how you choose to file, the first step is the same. First, report your income. This may come from wage earned from an employer, income earned through self-employment, or unearned income like financial gifts, prizes, or stock dividends. And you need to figure out your adjustments and deductions. The standard deduction for a single filer from 2021 is $12,550, and this number differs for married couples and heads of households. Check to see if the standard deduction is higher than your potential itemized deductions. Itemized deductions come from things like medical expenses, property taxes, charitable contributions, mortgage interest, and other expenses. If you choose to itemize your deductions and you are using paper forms, you will need a Schedule A. Above-the-line deductions are deductions that you can take even if you don't itemize your deductions, as in you can take these as well as a standard deduction. Some of these are student loan interest, self-employment business expenses, educator expenses, health savings account HSA contributions, and more. After this, you will need to figure out how much you may have already paid if you had an employer withholding your taxes. This will let you know how much you still owe or how much you will be entitled to with a tax refund. For 2022, taxes are due April 18th. Most years, they are due April 15th. If you need more time, you can file for an extension using Form 4868. Lastly, be aware that you will also have to pay state taxes. Thankfully, state taxes are very simple and often involve the same process as federal, so generally the same information can be applied. Taxes may not be fun, but there is no reason to struggle when there are so many resources available. Thank you so much for joining us today, and be sure to call, text, email, or visit the library if you have any further questions.
Support public libraries. Like, share, and subscribe for more great videos.